She's 100% that Team Go Rocket member, Sierra. But you guys, August 8th, midnight and beyond your local time, she and the other Team Go Rocket leaders, Giovanni, they're gonna switch their lineup. Sierra is coming back to Shadow Carvanha. We haven't seen this thing since, well, 2021, so we did see it before. I think that was February's rotation in 2021. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be using Pokemon that were mostly in recent events. You know, we just had like a lot of steel type Pokemon and whatnot. I know Togedemaru, like a lot of people were looking for either a shiny, a hundo, a shundo, whatever. So Togedemaru recently had some. Togeda morning to you. With this, I'm also going below 1500 CP. Like, we're obviously making this a lot harder on ourselves than it needs to be. So certainly, I can understand some people out there are going to be like, why don't you just use this like 3000 CP plus legendary Pokemon and just like sweep the whole thing? That's fine. This is just for people that might need it. Like, it's usually kind of like new players, people that are less familiar with Team Go Rocket battles. And so with that, why don't we explain? Well, Carvanha, you'll probably have a pretty easy time with, right? Like, no matter what its moveset is going to be and stuff. We got a lot of kind of water focus with these first two because Milotic is her second Pokemon right here in the middle spot. And so with that, Milotic can be at least a little bit beefy and whatnot. So that's good. We can show you some, that's why Togedemaru, it was one choice because it's part steel type. And so it'll resist the, I guess, either of the fast attacks that Milotic is going to send out. The same with Lucario right here having the part steel typing. So that's why we've done it. But also they can deal super effective damage in the form of these electric attacks, right? Like our fast attack with Togedemaru right here having Thunder Punch with Lucario. And like I say, you know, Lucario had a Mega Raid Day. And the last one that's going to pull up our anchor spot is Stunfisk, but the Galarian Stunfisk. Yet again, we should mention recent events, but also it's going to really be very good for the next Pokemon that's coming up after this. So it was kind of just, hey, we have our last Pokemon left. You saw our first two fainted to this Milotic. It is kind of nice, though, to actually get in a few hits before we face off against the final spot Pokemon, which we'll see in a second here with Sierra. So just some things to remember, of course, if this is a level 40 account that I'm using right here, oftentimes, like when I'm going against Giovanni, I'll try to use lots of different accounts, you know, of varying levels. It should be known, basically, just the principle here that we're highlighting is that the Team Go Rocket members, their Pokemon are going to have different CP amounts. So you see this Nidoqueen is going to come out right now. If you're level 40, if you're below that, basically the CP is going to be lower. Let's say you're higher than that, then the CP is going to be higher than the one that I'm fighting right here. So I think that's worth knowing just because, hey, you could actually not do like me. Don't limit yourselves to just under 1500 CP, you know, like that. I just do that to show you guys, hey, it is possible to win. Hopefully show you some budget conscious teams for newer players, etc. And so to bring it back home, you know, you could have like a 2000 CP plus. You could have whatever, 3000 legendary, you know, whatever it may be. And presumably you're gonna do better, right? You do need to remember, of course, type strengths and weaknesses, resistances and all that. Like, that's always gonna help you. And so that did kind of navigate our choices a little bit today, along with the recent event thing, you know, for Pokemon that could work, Pokemon that are gonna win under 1500 CP. So right now, Stunfisk, again, you're gonna have like major resistances to the Nidoqueen right now. We did resist the Milotic as well, having our steel typing in there. But the reason that Nidoqueen is like, we have major resistance right now is because it's using Poison Jab. And so the fact that Stunfisk Galarian's version is gonna be ground and steel, you're gonna majorly resist it because both ground and steel resist poison. And so Poison Jab right here is doing almost nothing. I mean, Nidoqueen's supposed to be kind of a heavy hitter. Heavy Pokemon could take a hit, you know, but right here we're just sort of whittling it away. Again, like I say, this is making the battle just a little bit harder than it needs to be for me, but I'm just, again, hoping that it will illustrate for people out there. Always remember, when you're fighting Team Go Rocket, if you didn't know this, there is stun time every single time that you or they switch a Pokemon or use a charge move. The Team Go Rocket side, they will stand still for about 2 to 3 seconds. This is valuable time that you just want to be over-generating that energy, charge it up. Even if you have enough energy to fire off that charge attack, maybe don't do it until that moment right before Team Go Rocket's gonna strike, then you do it. Great way to take advantage, man. Please click an end screen on screen to see another video, and thanks for viewing.